everybody, John D from JDTV. We're on day 83 of our house follow. I would like to mention that we are in the midst of this COVID-19 pandemic, and so I'm alone today. My friend and coworker Joe is not here to do the filming, so I just have you set on the counter there. So our electrical final's been wrapped up. We have all our pendant lights installed, chandeliers, flush mount lighting, under cabinet lighting, also recessed lighting, and then receptacles, TV cable jacks, all those fine electrical details have been wrapped up. One of the points I'd like to talk about is in your panel, your electrical panel, you have three types of circuit breakers. You have your standard circuit breaker, which everybody's familiar with, and then you have arc fault circuit breakers and ground fault interrupted circuit breakers. The arc fault is a newer code over the past couple years, and that's for when you have devices plugged in, lights or any other small electronic appliances that may have a minor electrical issue that you're not aware of, but it's not necessarily a ground fault, and it senses that and trips. The reason for that is to prevent fires. Sometimes a lot of fires have been started just from a little end table lamp. It also protects your wires in the walls. If there'd be a faulty wire or something happened during construction, a staple went through a wire and you may not know it for a couple years typically, that arc fault sensor will find that and trip. The way you can reset that is to go down into your basement. The arc fault protectors actually have a little white test button on them, and you just turn your breaker all the way off and back on. For the GFI type breaker, it's a reddish purple button, and that is your standard ground fault interrupter, which you're familiar with. They've been around for a long time as a receptacle only, and now they also have a breaker. So in your kitchen area, if you would have one trip, there's a ground fault, something got wet and tripped, you would have to go down in the basement and reset that breaker. In the bathrooms, they still have the typical GFI type receptacle that you can just switch the button on. So just keep that in mind if you run into an issue with that. Now that the electrical final is wrapped up, we're going to move on to the HVAC final and then Sam's final quality walk here before we get to orientation time. I appreciate you guys tuning in today. Thank you for being patient with my boring camera work, and I hope you have a great day.